Okay, welcome guys to a new video, and in this video I will take you guys through how I had this insane idea that I wanted to cycle to Kuopio and back to Savonlinna and from my parents' crib. And I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I got this idea in my head, but I was certain I was gonna make it happen and I wanted to do it. So here's the bike that I used for the cycling. That bike made from carbon fiber by Focus. Year model is probably like 2005 if I remember correctly, and it has some Italian carbon seat on it, and also redid the wraps for the front fork. So what I did to this bike to get it to be even trip ready, because I knew that the section or the route that I had planned has over 30 kilometers of gravel with massive rocks. So my previous tires were actually like 23mm slicks that wouldn't do the job. So here are these Panaracer Gravel Kings, which are puncture proof. So that was a good sign if there's some like really sharp objects, but also that they are tubeless ready. So what I decided to do was to convert them into tubeless, and it was hell of a hassle. Like, I never expected it to be this difficult. It took me about 2 days to like shrivel the liquids around to get the tires to become airproof, and then it was good to go to like add more pressure until I got it to like around 5 bars for both tires. As you will find out later on the video, it wasn't the best of ideas and it still wasn't perfect. As you can see, the gap between the front fork and the tire was very minimal, like less than a few millimeters. But this is what you do when you do retro upgrades to an old bike frame. And if I would have gotten a big rock chips bit in there, it could have shattered or split the frame or something, but a few millimeters is good enough. I coped to myself. So I woke up on this weekend morning. Like I was working Friday, and then Saturday morning I was like, yeah, slept like shit, like 7 hours, and got up around 7 a.m. Had some massive porridge and morning coffee, and then just headed out the door. Okay guys, here we are. Raining middle of nowhere. The goal is to get point A to point B, and from point B back to point A. And yeah, same route back and forth to Kuopio from my undisclosed location. So quite a journey. And already only like 10 kilometers in. I forgot I didn't do chain loop on my chainsaw. I already feel quite a bit of friction on the tires. I mean on the drive chain. Anyway, just gonna push on slowly but steadily. Enjoying some audiobook. Re-listening to 1984 by George Orwell, because first time I was listening to it I didn't listen properly, so redo. Anyway, I'll do some more vlogging soon, but we'll see. Right, here we are. Auto paused, 25 kilometers down. And yeah, the bike is looking good. Took a short beep break and some energy drinks, and heading on from here. Yeah, not gonna be easy, but we'll see how we do. There you go. Fucking beautiful. Sun's out. Trip's going actually awesome now. Getting a tailwind or something. That's right there. Not too shabby. Speed. Speed has been okay. Not really pushing it, taking it super easy. As you can tell from heart rate too. Not an exhaustive effort for sure. Approaching a
Savonranta. Yeah. So see you there.
So finally approaching Savonranta, which was 50 kilometers down on the trip. And finally the rain started letting go because I was quite unprepared for rain because I only had a super light windbreaker on and it was around 7 Celsius, even though this was in the middle of August, so I don't know how it happened, but anyway I was a little bit unprepared and my shirt was soaked, and because I kept steady effort on it, I didn't get super cold, but thankfully there wasn't big winds. When I managed to get to Savonranta, I took a small sort of mini lunch break because I knew I had 50 more kilometers before Heinävesi, which I wanted to eat a proper lunch there, like pizza or something. So I ate some dried mangoes and granola bars and everything I could to like carb up and keep the machine going.
Damn. Yeah, here we are. Savonranta.
So I arrived to Heinävesi, which took me a long time. It took way longer than the first initial 50 kilometers. I totally forgot how exhaustive it is to keep cycling with tired legs and you have hundreds of meters of elevation for this trip. I think the overall elevation for one way was around 1800 meters of elevation. So yeah, quite a lot of hills and stuff like that. And I ate a pizza in Heinävesi and also went to Ass Market to like get more fuel because I had no water. My plan was to like buy 1.5 liter bottle of water and then I put my own electrolyte powder in the bottles. But yeah, I had to get some more snacks for the trip, like bananas and protein shakes and everything. I could literally eat anything at this point, and I don't know, I started feeling a little bit sick at this point. I had a little bit of sore throat there, but there's nothing else to do except to push forward, and thankfully the temperature started climbing again and the road surface was a little bit flatter after this. So I started putting all effort in the bike.
There we are. It's so gosh damn windy. Trip has been good so far. Other than some GERD or stomach upsetness. Yeah. And then we're going chilling. Also replenished my drinks. 2 more liters of drinking left, or the ability to do so. The rain has been surprisingly hilly, but I hope it will get a little bit flatter from here. The stomach upsetness is annoying, but managing fine so far. I slowly pace a little bit. Whew. Look how scenic it is. Unfortunately, the sun doesn't shine right now, but man, cinema. Fortunately, I didn't film any B-roll so far because I'm lazy and it's also getting quite tiring. Put 150 down, about 20 more to the ferry, I'll say.
So yeah, here came the worst part of my trip to Kuopio. Was like this 15 to 20 kilometers of this packed gravel road, and I was not really looking forward to like cycling this because I had no idea how these tires would perform, and I was so tired, and the constant sort of shock to the hands and wrist at this point, I was really out of it. Like I was uncertain. I kept thinking, like, this entire trip, the one way, took almost 10 hours. So you'd imagine 10 hours of being alone, not talking to almost anybody except saying your order number. But I really pondered like giving up, or like what if my tire breaks here? How do I change my tire? Because I had never done that before, like on a trip by myself. So it was testament to my determinedness to like get this thing done. I was also thinking like, oh man, what if I don't make the ferry? Like, even though I knew they run every 15 minutes, but I had a really hard time sort of taking in the scenery and actually relaxing, because everything is just about performing. It's kind of sad in a way, but yeah, this gravel road was super annoying, but hey, managed to get through. This ferry wait wasn't too bad because it goes back and forth every 5 minutes, and this was about 170 kilometers in. So only like a roughly bit more than 20 more to Kuopio. I don't know, my legs were dead. Like, even though I kept cycling, when I stopped, it like started hurting more. It's the same concept in like ultra running. You just gotta keep moving, because if you stop and all the liquids of muscle destruction sort of like becomes sedentary, then it's gonna hurt more. But regardless, this trip was phenomenal, and the weather was finally good again. And after the ferry crossing, which was free of course, I got some ice cream from a boutique. Well, this is what the stats look like from the first journey. It was surprisingly slow, even though I had an idea of doing it kind of like tour style. It was still surprisingly exhaustive. Like, there's no way I could have prepared for this like mentally at all. And even the watch says 0% and highly excessive training, which actually gave me a very nice training stimulus thinking about my fitness. I'm recording this now in September, and my fitness in Koro's app is 80, and right here it peaked at like 76 or something. So it definitely was a large driver in the training block during the summertime. This is what the setup looks like for sleeping, because remember, I had a large backpack with me, which I had a sleeping bag, sleeping mattress, air mattress, the battery banks, everything, snacks. So, and also a big U-lock for the bike frame, while I put it in the storage in my apartment complex. So here was that. Cooked up some chicken wings, and average man cave lifestyle here. But anyway, tried to rest what I could. Got terrible sleep with massive back pain problems, but oh well. Same journey back, but I actually ended up taking a bit of a different route to go from Varkaus instead.
Here we are. Day 2. Day 2 getting started. Just making out of the Kuopio. I slept like shit, man. My HRV was low, and legs is not really cramping, but definitely tired, and I felt like heavy sticks. I'm now ranging 60 more kilometers to Varkaus. Gonna have lunch there. Man, I don't know. Try my best. Just gonna drink and eat enough, and in this due time we will manage.
This luck was horrendously bad. Like, not even 5 minutes after finishing filming this clip, my rear tire started deflating really fast. So when push came to shove, thankfully I had the miniature pump with me, as you can see in the picture. I tried and tried to like inflate the tire more and more. To see a lot of bystanders and dog walkers pass me by. They didn't offer help, thankfully. It wasn't that embarrassing, but I'm quite certain that the tire debeat itself, like it got debeated or whatever it's called. And after which I was like, well, no can do. I had one spare with me, so I popped a spare tire. I had the plastic clips to get the rim off the tire, or the tire off the rim, and put the spare inside the cavity and put it back together, inflated it back, and it still didn't hold air properly. It felt sort of it didn't like get the right pressure, because I didn't have a pressure gauge, so I didn't know how hard it was. I tried pinching it with my fingers, but after I started riding I noticed it's still too soft. So I stopped before I even entered another gravel road, which was even longer this time. This was 30-kilometer gravel road, after which it goes to like CYCLED before it goes to Varkaus, where I was planning to eat lunch. But yeah, this was super bad luck, and I was stressing out because I just barely made it out of Kuopio area. After which I got tired to work. It was a nice Sunday sort of morning, around 10 a.m. Listening to audiobooks, trying to make it too stressed and sweaty, and hold steady pace throughout, even though I was a lot slower than the other day before. There was also this section where I had to bicycle on like an actual highway almost. And once again, it was raining throughout the morning / early afternoon, so this was super annoying. I just like had to bust out the windbreaker again. Thankfully, the road divided into a slightly smaller road, but I was uncertain about the condition of the road, how like sharp the gravel is versus like how packed it is. But thankfully, I managed fine again. Just sensibility prevails is the common sentiment that I had as a takeaway from this entire trip.
Sersky. Oh man, craving for lunch. My mouth is watering. How much? Not really starving, but looking forward to a break. Oh man, 73 kilometers. It was a right time, but we're a bit behind schedule. I had to replace the rear tire. It took me like half an hour airing up, and I one stop at CYCLED. There's a good pizzeria there, but I only got a soda from there. I got a Coke to power through. From CYCLED to here was like 15-20 kilometers. Not too shabby at all. Legs are actually feeling surprisingly good. But yeah, I like the general body. It's extremely tired, like kidneys and liver working overtime. But I'm going at a slow effort, so I shouldn't get like muscle. You know what is it called? And put a picture up here. What it's called? If you do very extraneous effort like gym, you're gonna start peeing red, which is like, yeah, like something in your muscles going wrong. But yeah, it hasn't happened to me yet. I was hoping to keep it that way, and yeah, might need to stop at Motonet to pick up another inner tube because I only had one spare. I'd like to keep one more spare. I have some more gravel coming up, like 15-20 k's of gravel left. We'll see.
Okay, so I finally arrived to Varkaus, which is not a large city, even by Finnish standards, but thankfully it had this really nice burger place where I decided to eat and have lunch because I was actually starving. Kind of like Texas Steakhouse or something like that. Anyway, it was a burger place and it was a good burger. Replaced some of my drinks, after which this time in K Market to spice it up. Yeah, here's a bridge I took a picture before entering this province called Kuvansi, which is like only 10 kilometers after Varkaus, so it wasn't too distant. And the trip was slowing down a lot. Like I noticed I was kept taking more breaks, like only 5 kilometers, then I'm gonna take another break, stop at a sort of like a bus stop almost, from like a shelter from the rain, just to like eat some more snacks, just try to eat more snacks and liquid, just keep the system sort of rolling somewhat. And it was difficult, like, because I haven't really trained my stomach for this. That was the like hardest part about the trip, and also the hardest to anticipate how well my stomach handles like carb loading and just like being in a stressed state for like almost 2 days. And definitely this was like way over my shoulders in deep waters with this trip. But here's another picture I took. I was also like getting discouraged. Like I was just thinking about survival at this point. Like only like 50 more kilometers home, 50 more kilometers home, 30 more kilometers home, stuff like that. And I didn't even film. I wasn't thinking about YouTube. My last part I was thinking about was like making a sick YouTube video out of this. Even though in retrospect it would have been cool and probably worthwhile to do that, but it's a very selfish endeavor in regardless. So it's a picture from a smaller province called Rantasalmi, which was very straight road towards Savonlinna. And brother, this picture I put up here is what it felt like actual, because August is like a month of like a lot of rain, so it did feel like almost like a Finnish monsoon. But anyway, it like started pouring super heavy and almost like thunderstorming. But yeah, try to like imagine yourself in this picture. You have bicycled 150 kilometers and you're like, fuck, you're like shivering, you're like cold, you don't have any waterproof gear on you, and it's around 4 to 5 Celsius in this picture, plus additional headwind. Like, try to imagine that. And I'm just shivering. I stopped by the bus station. Like, my earbuds still had battery left because I was just using them so much to like cope with the journey overall. And I just like ring my parents, like, please can you come pick me up from like Savonlinna city nearby them, like 20-30 kilometers away from them. I was like, yo, I actually cannot do this. Like whether you call it giving up or like being scared of like adverse health effects, whatever it may be, but like I couldn't handle it. Like if I would have like found my inner Goggins and actually just did the last 20, I probably could have. But like I had work the next day on Monday. I was like, I just gotta think about this logically. Like I'm not gonna put any more stress onto this body. Like this is already extraneous enough. But anyways, this picture right here describes what I felt like. Man, like the last 10 kilometers, it was super hilly. Like it has this like, I don't know, over 50-meter incline, or like probably close to the 100-meter incline just before the city of Savonlinna. And man, some motivational hardstyle actually hit super hard here. But yeah, I still felt like a winner afterwards. I ended up completing only like 60 kilometers. I ended up completing only like 160 kilometers, but I still call this a win in my books. Like I don't care what anybody says. Here are some stats, and yeah, I don't know if I will do this any other time again, but once in a lifetime memory, and I'll be so happy that I actually had enough discipline to even make it into there and almost back. Like I'll be forever proud of myself for doing this, and I'll take this memory to my grave. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and maybe something else next time, who knows.